Hey guys, what's going on? ZeroArmada here with a first look game preview for Insurgency, a new mod that was just released on Steam for about $15 right now, available on the Steam store. And at its core, you can pretty much consider Insurgency similar to like Call of Duty hardcore mode. No crosshair, really limited information, you die super quickly, so the game is really predicated upon making your life count, because really one false move and you're dead like that. Really the game is very encouraging of slow, subtle tactical movements, really encouraging of crouching, proning, just trying to trench walk your way into the battlefield and take it slowly, one step at a time. And really the game itself was supposed to actually be a replacement for Call of Duty. I think it was for Pro Mod at a time. Way back in the day, actually, there was an older version of the Insurgency mod, probably around the early 2000s, and I've played that a little bit, and that was based upon the Half-Life 2, or a similar version to the Half-Life 2 source engine. So as you can see, obviously they're using a little bit more of a newer version of the source engine in this build. And they've done a lot of improvements. If you actually look at the older versions and the newer versions, they've put in a lot of work in it. And you can really tell the game's polished. It really couldn't look at it and say it was like from Counter-Strike or Half-Life or anything like that. Just based upon how the game feels and just how most of the materials and most of the textures, the meshes, all that stuff looks like it was made from scratch. So for $15, a lot of quality work was put into it. And like I said though, if you're thinking of buying the game, just realize, like I said, it's probably considered more like a Call of Duty hardcore mode, but with that in mind, it's really more of a slow-paced game. So if you're someone who enjoys fast-paced games like Blacklight or a traditional Call of Duty game, this might not be for you. I had a couple clanmates actually buy the game, and they had fun for a couple games, but I think the fact that the game is really slow, kind of an issue. Of course, it's more of a game design issue than just how the game plays, but a lot of the game modes actually have limited spawns. So what I mean by that is pretty much you have one spawn, you die, and then for most of the game modes, like for strike mode for instance, you don't respawn until you take an objective. So once you take an objective, or once your teammates take an objective, the allied players respawn if they died in the battlefield. So that's a couple of nuances to the game that may kind of throw people off, or may kind of make some people question buying the game, or question enjoying the game fully, because of how they approach the pacing of the game, so to speak. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I mean, personally, if you're someone who likes to try out new FPS games, it's definitely a new experience. It's probably more of something of a blast from the past, from some of the older tactical games that used to be more prevalent, but have kind of taken a backseat towards the more fast-paced games. But that's kind of my first impressions for Insurgency. If you have any questions or comments, or you want me to elaborate more on the game, definitely leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching as always, guys. Much appreciated.